This is TMNtv News, and I'm Kerrigan Hutton. The date is October 4th, 2021. Astronomy Club's Space Week has arrived, and there will be many events up until the 10th, including 3D printing of space models, opening of the observation deck, and a showing of the movie Hidden Figures. If you're interested in signing up, astronomy clubs are held every other Tuesday at 7 p.m. in Tomnick Hall 201. The observation deck is open to everyone on Tuesdays as well, from 8 to 9 p.m. Starting in 2005, Safe Ride was a service made available to all students and all members of the Hayes community when they needed to get to places safely late at night. It was also meant to help combat drunk driving, but due to COVID-19 restrictions, Safe Ride services ended. TMN's Reagan Neufeld tells us what options there are for replacing the service.
Access transportation vehicles are what was used by the Safe Ride service to give over 240,000 rides to the citizens of Hayes over the past 16 years. However, after social distancing practices made it difficult to transport people effectively, Access withdrew from their contract with the Partnership for a Safer Community. SGA President Mark Faber explained this more to me and also talked about replacement options.
The reason it's being phased out is just because of COVID restrictions, and so they used a shuttle bus, and due to those social distancing practices, you can only have one, maybe two people on the shuttle bus at a time, and it just made that transportation really difficult to utilize because you can only have so few people at once, and so you need a lot more shuttle buses, and so a different route needed to be taken.
I also spoke with Campus Police Chief Ed Howell about the situation.
That we had representation on the Partnership for a Safer Community that was representational from the city, the county, community members, stakeholders, university, etc. Due to COVID and the restrictions related to COVID, our vendor, Access Transportation, basically withdrew from a contract citing the fact that they cannot comply with the COVID restrictions. Now that could change at some point in time and we can revisit that, but the committee is looking at other options to visit to see what we can do to provide a service that is equal to that, and that's going to be a challenge.
Right now we're in the development stage. We're trying to find a new idea to get this program running again, and so there's ample funds. We've just got to find a platform that makes it possible.
Fort Hayes' drug and alcohol counselor, Bob Duffy, spoke with me about other ways that students can practice being safe.
While Safe Ride isn't running, I like to have people try to do things like designating a sober driver, utilizing the local services that are available, like Uber, Lyft, Convenience Cab, BMB Taxi, making sure that they have a group of friends. If they end up in a spot where walking would be safe, that they're doing that in a group, not just individually, and having that kind of list of friends or people that you can call in case you need an emergency.
For Tiger Media Network, I'm Reagan Neufeld.
Thank you, Reagan. The Fishley Will Center for Student Success announced its grand opening. Liz Deck has the story.
On the morning of Friday, October 1st, the ribbon cutting for the brand new Fishley Wills Center for Student Success took place. The event was filled with donors, alumni, and students who all came to celebrate the official opening of the newest part of campus. To open the event, Student Government Association President Mark Faber spoke about the opportunities that the Fishley Wills Center has to offer.
This building is a wonderful addition to campus, and it is appreciated by the students. Just since the beginning of the semester, I've watched students utilize every aspect of the building, whether it's the lecture halls, the collaboration rooms, or simply enjoying the wonderful view from the skywalk while they study. We could not have asked for a more incredible building, and I know firsthand that students will be taking advantage of the facility for many years to come.
The first floor of the building provides academic and career support for current students, and it is where prospective students will be welcomed to campus for their tours. The second floor houses the Student Engagement Office, Student Government Association, Civic Leadership Offices, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Offices, along with various other activities and organizations. The third floor is home to the Student Health and Wellness Center, where students can receive services for their physical and mental health. The Student Success Center will provide all current and future FHSU students with the services and opportunities they need to be successful at the university and in their future careers. With Tiger Media Network, this is Liz Steck.
Thank you, Liz. On Thursday, the Student Government Association welcomed guest speaker Gina Smith and Will Stutterheim, the Director and Assistant Director of Health and Wellness Services, to talk about the new Student Health and Student Success Center. Unlike before, all physical and mental health services are located in the same building. Their goal is to make resources available for students so they can be successful here at Fort Hays. And when we come back, Cayden with sports.
Tiger Media Network is the independent student media organization here at Fort Hays State University. It encompasses audio, video, print, photography, digital news. There's a little bit of everything at TMN.
They offer so many different events, opportunities, so many different things to go out and do and learn so that you can make a more compelling story and just help develop you as a storyteller.
I toured this facility and I saw this radio station and then the TV studio, and I was like, yeah, this is something that I definitely need to be a part of. Here, you know, I was instantly able to make my own content, being able to broadcast my own shows.
If you have a passion about sports or about news, it doesn't matter. You can come here and you can work from day one and get that experience that demonstrates your ability to be a professional in the media industry.
Good afternoon, Tigers. I'm Cayden Sanders with your weekly sports update. We start with football. Fort Hays has had a tall task of taking down the best running quarterback in all divisions of college football in TJ Davis and the 12th ranked Lopers. The Lopers came out striking big going into the halftime, leading the Tigers 21-0. Coming out of the halftime, the Tigers found another level of aggression. The offense started out scoring on the first drive of the half. The Lopers came back and answered the Tigers. The two teams scored their next drives, the Lopers leading the Tigers 25-14. The Tigers offense got white hot, finishing the game scoring on every drive for the rest of the game, going 6 for 6. The second half, Fort Hays ended the game with a game-sealing interception caught by Jaimin Preston with only 9 seconds left in the game. Fort Hays went on to win the game 42-35 over 12th ranked Nebraska Kearney. Fort Hays' key players of the game were Chance Fuller, Adrian Soto, and local product Alex Schremer. Hays did lose Lake Heimerman due to injury. We still have no status up with his injury, but he is on crutches on the sidelines during the game. We hope he has a quick recovery. In other sports news, the women's tennis team had a match against Bethany College this past week at home and won the game against Bethany 7-0. Here is the Tigers assistant coach, Johnny Carmichael, on his thoughts of the day.
Yep, so we got the win, 7-0. Say tough conditions today, a little bit of wind, and Bethany always come out with a good team. So yeah, the girls did really well to pull out the result today.
The Tigers competed in the ITA Fall Central Region tournament and came out of their 3 matches winning compared to their 7 losses in the tournament. They're back in action this Friday, taking on Tabor College for their final full match of the year. We take a look at men's soccer. The 15th ranked Tigers came out of the weekend with a 4-2-1 record. The Tigers' first match of the week was against Ouachita Baptist, where they pummeled the Ouachita Baptist Tigers 7-1. On Saturday, the men's team took on a winless Harding Bison team that played very aggressive and at sometimes dirty. Scored first with a goal inside the box. Late in the second half, the Tigers had a golden opportunity to tie the game with a penalty kick. The ball sailed high and wide. Fort Hays eventually did find the back of the net from Antonio De La Torre, but the Bison got the final goal in the 88th minute, securing their first win of the year. Fort Hays travels to Tahlequah to take on the Northeastern State Hawks on Thursday, and then Saturday face off Southern Nazarene on Saturday in Bethany, Oklahoma. Last week, the women's soccer had a coin flip match against Central Oklahoma, head coach Blake Reynolds said. It proved to be true for the Tigers and Broncos. They were tied up 1-1 until the 43rd minute. The Broncos capitalized on a corner with a header from Taryn Kedzor that went through Donna Welbrock's hands, touching the goal line. The Tigers and Broncos finished the game 2-1. The Tigers wrapped up the homecoming festivities against a winless Newman team. Fort Hays got scoring started in the 34th minute and again in the 59th minute of the game. Fort Hays went on to win 2-0 this week. They finished their homestand with Missouri Western on Friday and Northwest Missouri State on Sunday. The Tiger volleyball team had big matches against Missouri Western and Missouri Northwest Friday and Saturday. The Tigers played even with the Griffins, forcing their game to go in a winner-take-all set 5. The Tigers lost 15-12. Fort Hays had to move on quickly to face the 13th ranked team in the nation, Northwest Missouri State. The Tigers did not put up a fight, losing 3 sets in a row to lose the match. The volleyball team is back in action tomorrow in Gross Memorial, where they take on the 10th ranked Lopers. Then on Saturday, they take on the 5th ranked team in the nation in Central Missouri in Warrensburg. This is Cayden Sanders with your sports wrap-up. I'm kicking it back to Kerrigan for other news.
My name is Allie, and I'm a senior business major at Fort Hays. I love working for TMN. It has made me a more experienced photographer and really helped me professionally due to all the changing environments and the different opportunities. I've also been able to meet and talk to a lot of people, which has helped bring me on my show.
Welcome back. Have you ever wanted to explore human anatomy? Well, in Dr. David Terriello's Cadaver Lab, students are doing just that. Using real bodies that have been donated for science, students in the Cadaver Lab learn a more detailed perspective of the human body as well as humility. Oktoberfest came back around this weekend as Hays locals and Fort Hays students celebrated after the cancellation of last year's event. Among the vendors, 16 Fort Hays student organizations held fundraisers. Oktoberfest is a deeply rooted in Volga/German heritage. Alongside with the excitement of homecoming, board member Tim Bird says he loves to see the energy returning back to Hays. He also says he'd like to see Oktoberfest grow into a larger event in future years. Well, that's a wrap for TMNtv News. I'm Kerrigan Hutton. See you next time.